Moon River is a small but mighty project, bringing together puppetry, projection, XR, theatre, movement and much, much more into one space, which explores grief, memory and love. I had the idea over 4 years ago. It's a live experience which touches on personal but universal themes. And the journey of evolution of the project has been one incredibly close to my heart. This is the story of how we made Moon River. Moon River is an ensemble show. It just happens to have one performer. The project brought together 18 creatives, consultants and organisations to collaborate in fueling the piece and making it what it is.
We have artists who are specialists in puppetry and music and directing and writing and devising and theatre skills that we know, but also there are XR artists in there working with immersive technologies. It's just a really, really exciting thing to do, and it's a rare opportunity to try these things out.
And it's a really exciting thing for Chichester, and it's something that we're all navigating together and figuring out. And Moon River is a very ambitious show, so I think we're pushing parameters hopefully in a really useful way to figure out what that space can do. This is the first show I've made as an artist and as a lead creator on it. So this is actually the first time I'm making my own work how I want to make it, which is scary nice. Yeah. It's scary nice, and it seems to be working for the most part, so I think we're onto something, and I quite like it. So that's what we're up to.
Phoebe's really keen to explore it in a non-verbal way and bring different disciplines into it. So we're having a bit of time to really muck about and try ideas and see how it can work, and having a first attempt at going from top to bottom.
The projection, the sound create one image. We have to make sure that we're all on the same page. So that's basically what we're doing for these 2 days, finding all the images so that in between now and when we start rehearsals, everyone can go away and create the individual elements that we then knit together. When there are so many different strands and elements to making these images, you just need a lot of time. And I think it's really important to have that non-pressured environment. That's when the best work gets made.
It's about how all of the creatives come together to create the moments that we experience in the play, and how to create that light and joy and like deepness and emotional, sometimes turmoil, and keep the balance between those two things going for the piece. So it's to kind of find the tone of the piece. It's been fun and lots of discoveries so far.
It's been like one huge collaboration of minds, all working towards the same goal of telling this story.
It's about my dad. So my dad passed away when I was 20 from terminal cancer. We used to go fishing together, so that's where this story came from, and we've been developing it as part of the artist development programme at Chichester. And it's a completely non-verbal show. It uses visual storytelling to tell this story about grief and how the people are gone, they're still with us, just in a different magical way. It's a happy show about death, really, and fishing. My dad has a pool called Steve's Pool, named after him, in the River Findhorn, where he used to go fly fishing, that I've never actually been to. So this project is allowing myself and my siblings to actually go up and visit that amazing place, and we're going to take the sound from there, and Bill's going to interweave it into this beautiful score that encompasses all of these different feelings and textures.
Being a non-verbal show, the sound design is a secondary character, and it is integral to how the world of the show communicates to an audience. We knew we couldn't fake the sounds of Steve's pool, so myself, Bill, our sound designer, Hal, our filmmaker, and my brother and sister took to the road and went to Inverness. We spent 3 days round the River Findhorn capturing the sounds of the river, the birds, and the natural landscapes around it. It was a wonderful experience visiting where my dad had spent so much time, and being in that landscape with my family made him feel alive again. It was such a special experience. Other than when Bill's microphone fell into the river and he became this sort of stuntman trying to rescue it from the water. Here is me drying out his boots and socks. No worries, Bill. Being here made me think again about the reasons why I wanted to make this show.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah?
It sounds like a tackle. Does it?
Yeah, in the like guy ropes.
Right.
Do you know it'd be really cool to get?
Go on.
With our cone mic in a bit, opening cupboard, and just the sound of a reel.
Yeah.
Would that be useful?
Yeah, let's do it.
Lovely bird. Wowee!
That's nice!
The discussions of grief and shared spaces that are left behind, but the future memories that are yet to be made with those still in our minds. With a project like Moon River, words were never enough, as it's such a symphony of creative elements working in harmony. Throughout the process, my sister Hattie was creating sketches and painting watercolours. These designs gave Moon River its visual language on the page, alongside being used tangibly in the set to give integrity and truth of my story to the fictional space of the cabin we were creating. To have the piece encapsulated in this way spoke to the whole ethos of Moon River. An image is an offer to give people space for their own feelings and experiences. And children's picture books create nostalgia. Moon River asks the audience to sit in their own personal memories. So these images aligned all of those ideas into one space. As a puppeteer, so much of my work draws from the visual as a starting point. So having these unique pieces provided the perfect launchpad for the designs of the puppets in this piece. The design and images of what these puppets are have come from the story, and Holly drew from all of the different moments in the R&Ds and us experimenting with what the through line of the piece was to really draw out visual metaphors that we then started to pepper throughout the piece. And the puppets became the tangible part of what that metaphor is.
The puppet in this is a real key part because it kind of follows Gobi through her kind of grief journey and kind of helps her come to the final moment of euphoria, figuring out the problem that she's trying to solve the whole time. And it's kind of like a guardian to her in that, but also that other people can relate their own stories to it as they go along. And there's also some fun puppet elements in it of like fish, so there's kind of that joy moment that puppets can be rather than just the kind of more somber element of the story being brought up.
The puppetry design went hand in hand with that of the design of the cabin. The cabin also acts as a second character in the piece, having its own thoughts and feelings. So there was so much detail and structure that went into it.
So Caitlin has designed this incredible set for us and is doing all of the costume, and this set has the capacity to surprise. It's like a magician's box. So you can peel open a floorboard and there's a riverbed underneath, or a cupboard isn't what it seems. Because it is this smaller, more intimate space, it's the perfect sort of home for it because you're immersed in it. And that's what we're trying to do with the set. So it's very intricate and we want the audience to come into the space and explore it.
I'm really loving just the amount of depth that we can go into with the story of this space that's been lived in and the stories that all the objects within it are carrying.
The project is a huge whirlwind development, taking us from a real wooden puppet, micro cinema, and then to the technical medium of XR, where we use scent, projections, and real-time motion tracking. All of these things that are totally unique to this project.
It's mixing new technology with puppetry, performance, really rigorous sound design. Like, it's a very concentrated little drop of theatre.
So Tom is going to be doing all of the integrated projection, and it's basically pulling all the XR elements together. XR meaning extended reality, which is what this show is and what it's pioneering, I suppose. It's a very new sort of genre that we're starting to make in.
Me and Phoebe started talking about the piece quite a while ago now, and looking at how projection on new technology can create a sense of maybe absence. There is little moments of magic, but they're never overpowered by the humanity of it.
And that's what XR theatre is. It's something that people are going into and they experience and then they come out of it. And I think that's what the Nest gets to facilitate, because it is this smaller, more intimate space. That idea to extend a reality with the sense, with the sound, with the vision, and make something that anyone can watch.
I'm working with the set design and with lighting design and watching how the show sort of evolves and is devised, and then responding by sort of doing pre-visualization simulations alongside the show being developed. Working with Caitlin, we've made a 3D replica of the set in the digital space, and then I'm creating lighting simulations to imagine where shadows of things that aren't there might appear. So shadows become a motif in the piece about a support or a new way you can have a relationship with someone who isn't there.
After months of work making the sound, the puppetry, the design, the XR elements and more, we finally found ourselves in the Nest for the world premiere of Moon River in August 2025. The initial run was 3 nights long with a fantastic set of audiences. Their responses and feedback to the material was overwhelmingly positive, and their thoughts will continue to shape the project long after this short first run.
I think that's something I'm going to be thinking about for the rest of this evening and maybe the rest of the week.
The show was absolutely fantastic.
I really felt quite emotional.
It's so unique.
It's like nothing you've seen before. I'm aware it's like to do with her relationship with her father, and it sort of made me think about my relationship with mine.
Me too.
Yeah, and it got me emotional, real quite emotional. I want to spend more time with him.
And for me, having lost my father, I guess it helped me feel open to explore my grief. So that was a nice thing.
This piece always started from the question, can I have a hug? Something that's impossible when someone physically isn't there. I think what we've made genuinely created that feeling, and I hope the audiences and creatives working on the piece experienced it too. The future of Moon River is about trying to continue sharing that space and experience in as many different ways as possible with anyone who wants and needs to connect with it, to connect with others and to connect with themselves.